make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail, man. Music. It's lacking soul, but but it's using technique. So I was listening to some music, some current music, and I guess in the last few months, there've been a lot of up and coming artists that use music from the 90s, 2000s, even 80s. And they basically, you know, put lyrics over it, or, or do it in their way or whatever, same cadence. And I'm listening to somebody talk about, I think it was Timberland talking about, he's trying to figure out how to do music now because it's totally different than when he started. He has to find his groove again because he did it multiple times. And then I forgot which artist it was. It's another artist talking about how, you know, in some ways it's an older clip, like I think it's Lil Uzi Vert when he was with Ebro, and he was like, "I'm not rapping over that. Like I'm a rock star." That was Uzi Vert, and then I started, because I was listening to the song, I just want to rock, rock, rock. I was listening to that, and then it dawned on me while I'm listening that that's a dope song, but I was like, what's like, I can't really. You listen to it, you can't feel it, and then it's like, is it because I'm in my 40s and this is younger music that I can't feel it? And then I thought about it in my past. It's like, no, because I remember my parents and grandparents being able to listen to some of the stuff that people in my generation made. And they like it, they can listen to it, they can feel it, it jammed to them. And then as I'm listening to, I forget what artist, it dawned on me, like when we were kids, we used to say that for the most part, white people or white artists didn't have soul. They just kind of, did all the movements of somebody who had who could sing. So the Aretha Franklin, all that. It was like, okay, you've been listening to Aretha Franklin, so you're gonna mimic all the moves and make it act like it sounds better because you're doing all that. You're acting like you're into the songs, but you're really not into the songs. You're just playing. And then I was sitting there, and I'm like, that's what happened, because you know, um, people use technique, like Jay Z. Let's say a rapper like Jay Z and Common does. They don't write. They just they memorize stuff in their head and they recite it. And then you say somebody Lil Wayne doesn't write. It's like Lil Wayne punches. He don't write, but he punch. So Lil Wayne doesn't necessarily do a verse straight. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. He does. That's his. Everybody has a different technique, and when you're using techniques, sometimes it sucks the soul out of it because you don't feel what you're saying. You get what I'm saying? That's why people were writing things back in the day. You would write it, memorize it, rehearse it, do it. You know, you do it over and over and over again, and then you record it. But now it's just, I want to say this, punch. Okay. Then I want to say that, punch. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really feel it when you go on one bar stop, two bar, or half a bar stop, half a bar stop, bar stop, bar stop. It doesn't, nothing. There is no way to build and crescendo. But the other thing was listening to artists, because I can like there's some people. Um, um, I was listening to her and LMA. I was like, they got yeah, okay, because you can tell they actually feel the music that they make. But when I'm listening to other people, I can hear the voices in the background. What I mean by that, they had doubled and tripled the voice in the background. They just went over their vocals numerous times and like and sometimes they don't even blend them properly, but they know the techniques. So the technique is pulled off right, but the sound sounds right, but the feel is completely off. So I was like, that's what's going on with the music. it might, even to the part where, even with the quote unquote, hood music, street music, it's to the part where that's why the beat is so hard over the lyrics, because you don't really want to hear what they're saying because you drown out the words with the beat, and as long as you get a melody, it's all good. Because previously, years prior, you memorized the words because the words was the most important part of the song, even though the beat might have been on point. Now we don't even remember the words. We remember part. It's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it. But you can't even rip that off for 30 seconds. You don't know what was said in the whole verse. And it's like, because the technique is right, but the skill is completely off. And I was like, that's the problem. You know, and then people will go, no, that's not it. I can put in songs from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, somewhat, some in 2010, and you put them up now and you listen to other songs, you're like, I don't know if this is going to ride. I mean, the beat is cold, but what are they really talking about? Nothing. And, people are only passionate about, crime in their songs, which makes it ridiculous. So, to me, it's a lot of technique, but it's no soul. Because you trying to do the thing that's been most successful over and over again, but you ain't really found your voice or your stride because you know you've just been doing this technique and that technique and building a song together that has no actual emotion to it. So, in my opinion, that's why the music starts to suck. But tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.